All right, shalom to the hopeful elect. First of all, I give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach us this truth and rule well. And peace, love, and salutation and blessing unto the hopeful elect, those who are waking up to this truth and sincerely hastening the day that the Heavenly Father Yahweh is going to send his son Yahweh Shai to deliver the elect of Israel while destroying our enemies. Now, I'm your brother Ramak Imyan from Great Millstone, Miami. And for the topic of this lesson is, or the title of the lesson is, No One Wears Unrefined Gold. No one wears unrefined gold. No one is out here flossing some gold that ain't been tried, that ain't been refined, that ain't been polished, that ain't been purified. When you see people wearing gold, you know, whether it's regular people who got a little piece of gold on their neck, a gold chain, a gold ring, a gold bracelet, or whether it's people who got some more money and they got a big chunk, you know what I'm saying? A Cuban link, whatever. When you see people wear gold, it is purified, it is tried, it is polished, it's refined. Because if you look at the screen, this is what unrefined gold looks like. And you don't see people walking around flossing unrefined gold. Look at it. It got all type of impurities. It's gold now, but it still got impurities. And nobody wants to floss that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't shining like that. It ain't. It's gold, but it ain't shining like that. You know? The more you purify it, the more you're going to get that shine. And the Lord wants us completely purified. The Lord wants to floss us. The Lord wants to put us on, to his praise and his glory and his honor. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He wants to do that through his people, but beginning with his elect. Because 2/3 of our people going to have to down this side because they not going to get right. They don't want to be tried. They don't want to be purified. They want this world. They're going to have to down this side and come back in the kingdom through the loins of the elect. And the elect are those who will be tried as gold in the fire, who are being tried as gold in the fire right now, because when the Lord comes back, he wants to put us on. He wants to shine through us, let me get this. Malachi chapter 3, verse 17, it says, "And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him." Right? So the Lord's going to spare his jewels, which are his elect. What do you do with jewels? You put it on. We his jewels, we his treasure, So therefore, we can't be like this. You can't be like this. You got to be tried. You have to go through things in this truth. And we're going to go through things in the times to come. We're going to be tried. But when you're trying the gold, it ain't to destroy it. It's to, it's just to polish it up. It's your jewel. It's a treasure to you. So you're not destroying it. Let me get this. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 6. It says, "Wherein you greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, you are in heaviness through manifold temptations." Right? We got to endure many trials in this truth. And here's the thing, man. I always like to say it. It's a balance because the Lord be looking out for us as well. Because the Lord shows us, he manifests many ways that he's dealing with us, that he cares for us, that he loves us. And shoot, even going through the trials is a token that the Lord cares for you. Because the Lord brings you out of all of them. Just to purify you, to make you better. Verse 7, it says, "That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach." Right. The trying of your faith. The trial of your faith. That's what it's about. The Lord want to see if you really got faith, that you really believe in what you say that you believe in. You really trust in his names. You trust in his statutes, his laws. And that's for you brothers and for you sisters. You You say you believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You say you believe in the prophets. This is that. You say you tired of this world. You hate this world. That you're looking for a kingdom to come. The Lord tries that even with you sisters. You know. Okay, see if you really about that. You about what you kingdom minded. You about what the Lord got set up, or you down with this world. The Lord tries that. He tries us all. It's the trial of our faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth. You know, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Let me read that in NLT. It says, "These trials will show that your faith is genuine." Right. That's what the Lord is trying to prove. You know, that's what He's trying to prove. Because if you gold, you are gold. You're gonna go in the fire, you're gonna come out as gold. You know, if you shaft, you shaft. You know, if you stubble, you know, if you stubble, if you would, if you're gonna go in the fire, you're not gonna come out as gold. So if you go, and the Lord's just proving you and purifying you. See, to prove how genuine you are about this faith. It says, "It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold, though your faith is far more precious than mere gold." Right. This is the real deal. This is more precious than gold. So when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day when Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is revealed to the whole world. Because that's the day that he's going to do what? We just read it in Malachi. The day that he's going to make up his jewels. You know, the day which he's going to act in judgment. We're going to be his treasure. You know? And he's going to spare us. Because we his jewels. We his treasure. And we've been purified. You know, it's gonna be found to praise and glory and honor. Like, you know, you putting on it, man. When you first get a gold chain, a new gold chain, and you put that thing on, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord want to do with us, man. Because the Lord's gonna have joy of His children, His sons and His daughters. You know, deliver us from captivity and give us the kingdom. We gonna be glorified with Yahweh Shai. And why we gonna be glorified with Him? Because we suffered with Him. We just tried. So when Yahweh Shai come and crack those clouds, yeah, he great judgment on his enemies. But also he gonna put on his jewels. He gonna save his elect, man. And that's why we can't let these trials, you know, have our faith to waver. No, man. It's for the building up and the proving of our faith. And it ain't like it lasts forever. If you go, it's for you to come out the fire. It's just purified. Because nobody wants to wear unrefined gold. That's what the Lord doing. You know? Hey, here's Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." Right? You still got those who coming into this faith. You still got those who, you know, are beginning to be grounded. You know, the Lord is still 11th-hour Israelites. Because we at the end of the end. You still got 11th-hour Israelites, you know, who need to hear these words. And we all need to. You know, but you come into this thing, you got to prepare yourself for temptation. Verse 2, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble." Right. Oh, now some trouble came or something that you uncomfortable with. Now you want to, don't even want to say it. Nah, you got to constantly endure. Verse 3, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." Boy, and that increase is going to be something else, boy. It's only going to happen one time. Being saved, getting a new body, being in the chariot. When Yahweh shall make his arrival, looking down at the sea of glass mingled with fire. You know, you being saved from nuclear missile fire. You rejoicing with the Lamb. You know, singing the song of the Lamb, singing the song of Moses, all white. Look, that's gonna happen one time, boy. You want to be there. It's only gonna happen one time. You know. Verse 4. "So whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." Right? Gold is tried in the fire. Ain't nobody wearing unrefined gold, bro. You walk through the mall or you go to the jeweler, that gold has been tried. You know, that gold has been purified. That gold has been put through fire. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody going to the mall and you pass by the jeweler. No, that stuff that you see shining there, you like you wish you had more of that shit. You wish you had some more money to put some of that on. It don't look like this. No, they had to put that thing through fire. That's the way gold works, and that's where acceptable men are, and even the sisters who are going to be saved. You're gonna go through refining. You got to get that Western mentality. You got to get that nigga woman off of you too. The fuck, if you're gonna be in a chariot, you know, there's levels to it. Of course, you're a weaker vessel than a man, but the hell, what you think? You just finna just waltz into the chariot as the same old nigga woman? No, you gonna be tried too. You know. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 74, verse 73. You know, and when you start at 68, it goes into basically Jacob's trouble. Esau coming down with wrath. You know, it's gonna be a time. You know, it's gonna be a time. You know, and the Lord gonna have to be with us, and He will. Verse 73, it says, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." In these days, it's gonna be known who are the Lord's chosen. You know, because one thing about the elect, especially those who've been in this truth for a while, you got some years under your belt. That's all of the Lord, and you have been being tried since you came to this truth. Because like we read in Sirach, it says, "If thou comes to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure." Right. So you've been constantly enduring since you came into this truth. You've been being tried. Can't say otherwise. You're just gonna be tried even more when shit hit the fan. But the thing about it is, in that time, in these times to come, it's gonna be known who are the Lord's chosen. You know, gonna shine in sparks amongst the stubble, as Wisdom of Solomon tells us. You're gonna shine like sparks amongst the stubble, because you've been being tried. Your faith has been being tried. Satan has been coming up against you. You know, throwing this at you, temptations to see if you still that nigga woman in the world, to see if you truly believe in how about Shemai, to see if you truly want this kingdom, you know, to see if you're gonna move with integrity, to see if you're gonna move with fear, to see if you're gonna move with faith, you know what I'm saying? See if you're gonna move with charity, you know, see if you're gonna move in desire to be more humble, you know. All of this is the triangle of our faith, man. We're going to come out as gold, man. Let me get one more and we out. Job 23, I believe, in 10. Yep. It says, "But he knoweth the way that I take." Right. "When he has tried me, I shall come forth as gold." And that's the spirit to have. That's the confidence to have. You know, Job had that as he was catching hell, as he was being tried. He was literally being tried. like man, the embodiment of being tried. But he said, "I shall come forth as gold." Right? Because if you gold, you're gonna come out as gold, and that's what it's about. You gotta believe. That's the faith to have. You push through. You know. Yeah, because nobody wears unrefined gold. Let's look at polished gold real quick. Bam. Look at that. That's that shit you want to put on, boy. Yeah. Spirit, you got a Jake at the bottom. You know? Polished. Man. You know? So, Lord willing, this is edifying. To give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutation to the whole elect. Kwame Asherallah. Shalom.